Visit Target Sports USA for all your ammo needs. As always, free shipping on bulk ammunition purchases. Hard to find ammo and big savings on all ammo at Target Sports USA. Save big on 9mm Luger, 45 ACP, 380 ACP, 38 special bulk ammo, 5.56mm, 308 Winchester, 223 Remington, 7.62 x 39mm bulk. Free shipping included. Click the link below and visit Target Sports USA right now. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. It is Friday, January 17, 2014. A lot breaking in the news revolving around the NSA scandal, this leak that originally came from Edward Snowden and just blew the shorts off of everyday Americans. Millions of people waking up to the stark, hardcore, and cold reality that the NSA and the federal government has been well aware of. And these are total lies we're getting from the president, saying he wasn't aware of the NSA spying on American citizens, that they're collecting up to 200 million text messages per day. They're recording your conversations. They can now hack your computers via radio waves. Even when the computers are off, they can take pictures from your camera. They can record your conversations, and it's exactly what they've been doing. This is a police state now, folks. This is the reality of what America is, having dropped out of the top 10 of the most economically free nations in the world, according to the Heritage Foundation, and now probably one of the most totalitarian police states in the world. President Obama delivers a news conference, tells people to calm down, says that agents are our neighbors and friends, that they should be spying on us. He lies and says he didn't know about the extent of their surveillance, which we know is total BS. There's commentary here from many people calling the United States a police state, and rightfully so, and the admittance that spies want Edward Snowden dead. This all ties in, and you can read the article here, the NSA collecting millions of text messages. This all ties in my opinion, to SOCHI 2014, in this deeply interwoven, satanic, devil-worshipping web that is the propaganda war between Russia, Vladimir Putin, and the United States, President Barack Obama, this year. This all ties deeply into one another. Please check out this video if you haven't already. It's been newly released. It's a very well done documentary. What you need to know about SOCHI 2014. There's of course, has been a series of terrorist attacks already. 2 bus bombings in the city of Volgograd, a train station bombing, and also several other events leading up to the games. Now, Vladimir Putin says things are safe. But in this counterintelligence covert spy war, and remember, President Vladimir Putin was the president of the FSB, which is the equivalent of the FBI or the CIA for years, before he ever became president or became the self-elected leader of Russia, is at war with the United States of America. Now, a lot of this blame game has been blamed on propaganda. You know, the same propaganda that we've gotten, and we have gotten for years, revolving around Osama bin Laden. Doku Umarov is dubbed the Kremlin's enemy and the Osama bin Laden of Russia, saying that he's an enemy who aims to ruin the Sochi Olympics. And so a lot of this has been blamed and is being blamed on Chechen terrorism, which the mainstream media and the people that continue to lie to us say this is all tied to the Boston bombings and the 2 killers that, you know, blew up pressure cookers is somehow all linked to Chechen terrorism, just like the United States used Osama bin Laden as a ploy for the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan post-2011 and some of the largest staged false flag terrorist attacks in the history of the world. There's another fantastic article here from the Washington Times. I don't know how fantastic it is, but it's talking just about what I'm talking about here in this video. Pre-Olympics terror attacks, Boston bombings may be linked to Russian bin Laden. Here's a picture of Doku Umarov, who they're playing the blame game on. None of this jives. All of this, in my opinion, is propaganda coming from the West and the mainstream media and even the Russian government, laying the blame game on these elusive figures, you know, the Easter Bunny type figures that are Osama bin Laden and these people like Doku Umarov. What seems a lot more likely is the United States or its allies, or its once allies, including Saudi Arabia, being behind these attacks. Of course, there's been a tremendous amount of propaganda and war talk over Syria over the past few years, and much has come to light that the United States have been arming actively the al-Qaeda insurgents, groups like the al-Nusra Front, that helped to propel and launch the deadly chemical attack in Ghouta late last year that murdered innocent civilians, including women and children. This is an article from The Hindu linking Saudi Arabia to these recent terrorist strikes and bombings in Volgograd. It says the criminal forays in Volgograd, as well as terrorist attacks in the United States, Syria, Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, Nigeria, and other countries have been organized according to the same pattern and have the same promoters, the statement said. And it specifically points a finger at Prince Bandar of Saudi Arabia and accusing him of making threats to Vladimir Putin, that if he did not abide and did not stop supporting their ally Syria in this recent war rhetoric, and we all know Vladimir Putin is very protective of Syria and the Bashar al-Assad regime, that Prince Bandar, the Sultan of Saudi Arabia, would be launching strikes against Russia during the Sochi 2014 games. Now, of course, Saudi Arabia very perturbed, very angry also with the United States for their actions in Syria, as well as a number of other geopolitical events that have occurred recently. This is much more likely the real story. This is much more likely what's happening behind the scenes. And again, it's this lying, thieving, deceptive government that is and makes up the American police state today, whether this is President Barack Obama and the cohorts that he represents behind the scenes, the large corporatists that dominate the world and that are pushing for an aggressive, totalitarian, new world order state behind these gross attacks, this murder of innocent civilians, whether or not it's in Syria with the Ghouta gas attacks, or it's more recently in Volgograd, in Russia with the bus bombings and the train station attacks, or it's, God forbid, some other strike during Sochi Winter Olympic Games 2014. I'm Christopher Green. Please get this out everywhere. Share this with your friends and family. Make it viral. Check out our recently released mini-doc, Olympic Games, What You Need to Know About Sochi 2014. Share it everywhere. Make it viral. There's a reason we put it out weeks in advance, because people need to know the truth. And they do not know the real story behind the scenes. Get it out there. Make it viral. Hard-hitting and in your face as usual. Click the link below to support our sponsor.